Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS. NBA is officially here. Got two games. It's opening night. Knicks, Celtics, T-Wolves, Lakers. Obviously, it's the first night of the season. First couple weeks, we're just going to be gathering data. Please bet responsibly. But yeah, let's take a look. What do we got?
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
First up, Knicks on the road in Boston. Celtics laying 5.5 points at home. Total sitting at 223.5, or actually mostly 223.5 across the board here. So let's start by pulling up the new look New York Knicks. Obviously, two big acquisitions in the offseason. Mikal Bridges is here. Also, Karl-Anthony Towns in the big Julius Randle trade. Obviously, the Knicks are going for it this year. I mean, as far as the starting five goes, this is as good as any team in the NBA. It's a pretty exciting time to be a Knicks fan. Now, the Towns to Julius Randle, I don't know how huge of an upgrade that is, but I do think Karl-Anthony Towns gives you a bit more defensively. Not that he's the greatest defender in the world anymore, but Julius Randle, defensive effort was a conversation at times. I'm a Julius Randle guy. I'm not going to bash him, but I think the change of scenery was needed here, and I'm pretty excited for this Knicks season. Matched up against Boston, that looks pretty much exactly the same as last year. Kristaps Porzingis is hurt and will not be playing in the opener. That should shock nobody. Other than that, we're looking at the same team, pretty much the same second unit, same across the board, and they are the defending champions, so why would they change a thing here? Now, normally, before last year, I would be like, guys, bet the Knicks. Knicks always play Boston tough. But last year, that's not really how it went down. Knicks were just 1-4 in their 5 games against the Celtics last year, 1-3-1 against the number. Before that, they had a lot of success against the Celtics. In fact, traveling to Boston had not been a problem for the Knicks. 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 trips to Boston. But again, last year, Celtics had our number. I know a lot of people are going to be looking to take the Knicks here, maybe even on the money line. Celtics championship hangover, right? New look Knicks roster, hungry, healthy. Well, Mitchell Robinson's out, but healthier than they were in the playoffs, at least. But the thing is, the championship hangover thing hasn't really come to fruition. Actually, in the last 3 years, the defending champion is 3-0 against the spread on opening day. So using the last 3 years as a sample size, the defending NBA champion usually comes out strong in the opener. Not that I think that information should influence your bet either way, just thought it was interesting enough to share. Now, in terms of how these teams match up, I gotta say, this Knicks team is definitely equipped to give the Celtics problems. What do the Celtics do? They shoot a shitload of three-point shots, more than anyone in the NBA. First, in above-the-break three-point frequency, 37% of the Celtics shot attempts come from above the break, most in the NBA. Pretty sure they've been first in above the break 3 frequency for 3 straight years now. The Knicks defense has always been tough out on the perimeter. Under Thibodeau, they're usually up close to the top 10 in defending that shot. Now you add Bridges with Anunoby. That's a lot of defensive length out there to defend three-point shooting. So in terms of how they match up, Knicks should be equipped to give the Celtics problems in this one, or at least this year as a whole. And let's not forget how dominant this New York team looked down the stretch after acquiring OG Anunoby. In the games OG Anunoby played last year in the regular season after they acquired him, 20-3 the Knicks were. So down the stretch with OG Anunoby in the lineup, the Knicks were one of the toughest outs in basketball. So you might be thinking, we got to take the Knicks here. Take the plus 5.5, take the money line, and I'm rooting for that to happen. The reason I didn't bet on the Knicks in this game is right here. A lot of the Knicks' offensive success last year, and honestly the last 2 years, comes from the offensive glass. They were first in offensive rebounding last year. They clean up on the offensive glass. Want to know who the leaders were on the Knicks last year in offensive rebounding? Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein, Precious Achiuwa, Julius Randle. None of those 4 players are playing in this game. Mitchell Robinson is hurt. Hartenstein's on Oklahoma City. Precious Achiuwa is hurt. Julius Randle plays for Minnesota. So the 4 leaders on the Knicks in offensive rebounding from last year are not playing in this opener against Boston. Now, Josh Hart is still there. He's an excellent offensive rebounder, but the pillar of this Knicks offense is being active on the offensive glass, cleaning up on the offensive glass. And yeah, a lot of that is not based on players. A lot of that is the way Thibodeau coaches his team. So I'm sure even without those guys on the court, the Knicks are still going to grab some offensive rebounds. But without these four guys, can we count on the Knicks being the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA in this opener? I don't think so. And if we can't count on the offensive rebounds being there for the Knicks in this matchup, I don't know if we can count on the Knicks offense consistently scoring points against the Celtics defense that was second in the NBA in overall defensive efficiency last year. So I think the Knicks may struggle to score, but I do like the matchup for this new look New York Knicks defense. A lot of length. They can definitely pressure the shooters for the Celtics. So I like both defenses to shine here. I went under 223.5. I bet an under in the opener. As much as I wanted to bet the Knicks, I'll be rooting for the Knicks, but my bet is on the under here. Next up, we got Minnesota on the road in LA. Lakers are catching 1 or 1.5, depending on your sportsbook. Total sitting at 219 or 219.5, depending on your sportsbook. So let's take a look at this matchup. And based on the numbers from last year, Minnesota's the much better team. We're talking about third in overall net efficiency against 19th for the Lakers. So based on the fact that the Lakers are pretty much trotting out the same exact lineup of last year, Dalton Connect off the bench is pretty much the only new piece. Other than that, pretty much going to be the same faces here for the Lakers. And LeBron James and Anthony Davis are listed as questionable, so literally nothing has changed. Vanderbilt's hurt, though. It looks like Vanderbilt's going to miss the opener. But yeah, we're looking at pretty much the same Lakers team. Meanwhile, Minnesota, we got some new faces here. Kyle Anderson is gone for Minnesota, and I think they may miss him here. He did a lot for them off the bench with that second unit. They added some pieces, though. Julius Randle, even though I think him and Cat is a pretty even switch. Julius Randle kind of got a bad rap. He can definitely give you a lot offensively, and if he's into the game, he is capable of playing some defense. The problem is he takes plays off. Whatever. We don't have to get into Julius Randle. We just talked about that. DiVincenzo off the bench, although I do think the Knicks sold high a little bit on him. He was electric for the Knicks in that playoff run. Other than that, look at the rest of his career. I mean, he's a solid player off the bench, but you can't rely on him to do that for months at a time. I mean, that was a crazy stretch for him. They also added Terrence Shannon from Illinois. Not sure how much production he's going to give you off the bench, at least to start the season, but certainly a talented guy. As a whole, I think Minnesota's coming in just as strong as last year. Kyle Anderson, I think, hurts, but they added some pieces. So this is still a very strong team. In my opinion, a much stronger team than the Lakers. Last year, they were 3-1 in their 4 games against the Lakers, but just 1-3 against the spread. So the Lakers did play this team tough, and the reason for that is LA's defense is actually pretty well matched against Minnesota's offense. The Timberwolves want to get to the paint. They want to get to the interior. They're 9th in shot frequency at the rim, 6th at shot frequency in the paint. So they want to get to the interior, and what the Lakers do is keep you away from the basket. Just 27% of opponent shot attempts against the Lakers come at the rim. They don't let you get to the basket, kind of similar to what Golden State does. So basically what the Lakers do defensively directly negates what the Timberwolves are trying to do offensively. What the Lakers do is try to force you to take jump shots on them. Now, the good news for Minnesota is they're very efficient shooting from outside. They just don't take a ton of them. 27% of Minnesota's shots came from above the break last year. That's 22nd in the NBA, but they were first in efficiency. And if you look at their three-point shooting, I mean, they're all still there. These are Minnesota's leaders in three-point shots made per game. Edwards still there. Conley's still there. Towns is gone, but Julius Randle can hit that shot. So kind of an even switch there. Naz Reid's still there. Alexander Walker's still there. So if the Lakers defense is going to force Minnesota to take outside shots, even though it's not what they want to do offensively, they certainly proved to us last year that they're more than capable of hitting them, and they still have the pieces to do it. So I don't see any reason to try and take the Lakers to win this one. I know, obviously, the line's being bet down, so there is some money coming in on the Lakers' side, but I don't like the matchup for the Lakers offensively. On the other side, what the Lakers want to do is run the floor. 2nd in fast break efficiency, 7th in frequency. They run a lot of fast breaks, and they're good at it. They're up against Minnesota, one of the best transition defenses in the NBA, so I do not like the way that matches up. I know the Lakers covered the number against Minnesota, 3-1 last year, but it's only 1. You're basically asking the Lakers to win the game. And I know LeBron James, Anthony Davis, the Lakers' best fastball, they could beat anybody, but I think based on what we're looking at right now, you got to think Minnesota's the much stronger team, and they're coming out looking to make a statement winning this game in LA. So I know it seems like sharp money's coming in on the Lakers side. I think Minnesota wins. As of right now, I don't have a bet on this game, but if I did place a bet, it would be Minnesota money line here. If you'd like to see all the bets I have open, head over to KyleKirms.com and click on Open Bets. You'll see all mine as well as everyone on the staff here. Also, if you sign up to Sauce Network Plus, it comes with access to the Discord, and You can participate in the weekly betting league. $150 in one of these. This is the football league. The basketball league doesn't start till December. So right now, it's the football betting league. Basketball starts in a couple of months. But regardless, if you sign up to Sauce Network Plus, you can participate in the league if you like. $150 in a trophy go to the winner every week. So if you're interested, head over and sign up. Live show, 4 p.m. Eastern time. We'll go through the NBA games. We got 2 college football games. Talk about, I don't think the World Series starts yet, so not that. But yeah, we'll go through everything that's on the agenda for that night. If you're able to make it, we'd love to see you in the comments. Be sure to bet responsibly. Let's have a great NBA season. Later.